Welcome back. This is a reading for Scorpio Sun, Moon and Rising. You might find though that this resonates more if Scorpio is your moon or your rising sign. Okay, Ace of Cups in reverse. I do wonder if something that you thought was going to be very emotionally fulfilling is kind of emotionally fulfilling, but not as much as you thought, or it's not sort of perfect. Yeah, look at that 10 of Wands. It might be worse than not perfect, to be fair. It might actually come with a lot more to carry. You might have a lot of weight on your shoulders. You might feel very responsible for the things you're doing, potentially for other people. So you might actually enjoy this, but there are some responsibilities here that do weigh you down. Okay, let's see. We have the King of Cups. Okay, and we have the Four of Swords. So I think Spirit is saying taking a break, resting. I don't know if you have like holiday time you can take off, or maybe it's time to think about scheduling something in. Is there a way you can change up your routine? So let's say, for example, you have a bunch of emails to do. Instead of doing them 3 times throughout the day, could you do them just in the mornings or in the evenings? Is there a way you can change things around so that you're not constantly feeling as burdened? Can you delegate, if that's a possibility, in terms of the position that you're in? If not, can you speak to someone and say, I can't do all of these tasks at once, we need to spread them out? I think that you're in a pretty good position here, King of Cups. So you might be managing a project, several projects, you might be managing other people here, you might just be managing yourself, and that gives you a really good feeling of confidence. You might feel you might be deriving a sense of like self-respect from this. But at the same time, the downside is, with this responsibility comes a feeling of exhaustion and having to constantly be switched on. Okay. What else, please? Yes, we have the King of Swords. And interestingly, in this deck, the King of Cups says control, the King of Swords says authority. So I think whatever your situation, people are looking to you as a kind of leader, guide, someone who is the person who makes the decisions, someone who has the final say. And I think Spirit's saying that's good. You like that works for you, but you need to remember that you also need a rest at times. Yes, the Magician. So you do have the power to change this heaviness, and I'll get some more cards in a minute to see what can be done about this, because I think if we can remove some of these obstacles, these burdens, or this heaviness, you get to really be in this Ace of Cups energy that maybe you were hoping to experience more of. I think you got a bit of this, and then very quickly it was like, gosh, this is a lot to carry. I keep hearing the message that for some of you this isn't working career strictly, but it might be you're studying something. And I don't know if you feel like you wanted to push forward, but you may have bitten off more than you can chew, or your peers, your fellow students look to you as like some kind of an authority for some reason. Maybe they see you as being very clever or very insightful here. I don't know, but someone's studying something. But the same applies. You are on the right path. You were right to take on this extra responsibility, but we just need to make a change somewhere. Okay, what else, please? Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, I do not see you wanting to step down or to have less responsibility, or less, to step down into a position that's maybe not as well respected, or there's something here about power. I'm just going to say it. And I don't think that's going to make you feel uncomfortable. I don't think it's a hidden truth. I think it's something you're happy to admit to yourself. You have some degree of power and you like it. And Spirit's saying, good for you. There's nothing here to feel awkward about, but the power side is great, because it makes you feel respected, you respect yourself, all of that. And I'm not seeing you being like an authoritarian or misusing power or anything like that, but something's weighing you down. Okay. Ace of Swords reverse. Yeah, you're not seeing. I don't know like why. Why are you not seeing that you need rest, that you deserve rest? Maybe you feel like now isn't a good time, and actually if you sit down and think about it and look at your schedule or whatever it is, you realise it's not actually a bad time. I could have some time off, or I could take it slow for the next week or something like that. Maybe you have forgotten yourself. Maybe you're so busy sorting out this person, this thing, that thing, and you actually just have forgotten that you need a moment to breathe. Okay, what's this? Exactly. Prince of Cups, the Knight of Cups. Says introspection, and in this deck I really feel like the Knight of Cups is in meditation. He's not pursuing anyone, he's not chasing anyone, he's not trying to offer his cup to anyone except himself. He's at peace, he's resting. You need rest, for sure. Okay. Right, let's have a look at this Ten of Wands. What can be done about this? Justice. Okay, so it's just balance. It's balancing things out. I don't even so much think this is balancing working hard and then resting and relaxing. I think it's about you expecting or not expecting more of yourself than you do of others. So let's say someone comes to you and they're like, okay, I need to book some time off, or you know, I know we're working on this thing together and we have a deadline, but I'm going to need to take this day off. I'll make up the time, you know, the day after, or something like that. You'd be like, okay, yeah, I get it. But for some reason, it's like you don't expect that of yourself. You don't feel like you can take days off, or that you should need to, or maybe it doesn't even occur to you, or that, you know, if you're feeling exhausted one afternoon, maybe you don't get as much done as you wanted, but you can catch up the next day. It's like you hold yourself to these incredibly high standards. I feel like this King of Cups that says control, it's also about you being very strict with yourself here. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles, which says stability. Yeah, I think you feel that you are the backbone here of something, and you might be, but at the same time, you know, if you think of the spine, it still needs to be stretched. It's still, you know, it can't just be in one position and hold everything up. We still need to think about it. We still need to treat it well. In fact, we really do, because if something goes wrong, then everything else goes wrong. So it's actually vital that you are, you know, your best self, which means you're going to need some downtime, I feel. Ten of Swords in reverse. Yes, Scorpio needs rest. With the Page of Swords on the back. If there's a King of Cups with the King of Swords down here, and then we have the Page of Swords on the back, I think you're very accomplished in something, and that's how you've got to this position, whether we're talking work and career, studying, or anything like that. It could be like an official position you hold. It could just be that you're very respected amongst your peers. And I see why you're in this position, but at the same time, there's a part of you that wants to be this Page of Swords. So do you have any curiosity about anything? Are you interested in something? Do you want to learn something? Do you want to have time off to just explore and satisfy your curiosity in any sort of area? You still need that time. You still need to have time to be a page and to relax and to not feel burdened, as well as going into work or university or wherever you're going, and feeling like you are the king. Yeah, there's a side of you that's just like, please, can we just relax for a minute? Can we just, not be constantly, checking things off of our list of stuff to do and being responsible for this person, that person, and everything that's going on. Okay, so rest, basically. Keep going as you are, but just make time to rest, I think. Whether for you that looks like I'm going to take a week off, I'm going to just allow myself to slack off a little bit, today or tomorrow, or I'm going to shuffle some things around so I've got a bit less to do this week, whatever it is. Yeah, okay. So let's move on then to romance. So for singles, or maybe you just want to know what's going on out there, is there anyone interested in you? Let's have a look. So what is going on, please, for Scorpio? Interesting. I split the deck. We have the King of Cups with the Tower reverse. That's your energy. I wonder if you're not feeling as happy and as confident in terms of like romance and that sort of thing as you are with work and career. Let's see, could be someone from the past, Six of Swords reversed, that's or something from the past, a situation that's bothering you. With the Magician though, you're doing your best to keep moving forward, transmute that energy. You might even feel that you know, you're channeling a sense of maybe something that's you haven't had closure or frustration or whatever it is. You're channeling it into things like work. Look how we've got this Leopard standing on this Ace of Pentacles. So much, you're giving so much right now to work, career, studies, whatever you're doing, an apprenticeship, whatever it is, which is fantastic, and you're seeing the rewards. But yeah, there's a part of you that wants to just relax a bit, as I've said. Right, anyway, so romance singles please for Scorpio. Let's see. Hanged Man. Could be a Pisces around you. You have the Six of Cups. Yes, there is someone I think you're thinking about from the past. I can't yet see if this is something you're feeling good about or not. Page of Swords reversed. A feeling that the reason you're still thinking about it is because of a lack of closure or confusion. Don't know where you stand. You want to have some sort of conversation about this. We have Strength reversed, Leo energy there. It might be something that's leaning more towards the negative than the positive. Something that you felt has been draining. Page of Cups. Okay, so this is I feel the reason you're thinking about this so much is because there's unfinished business. You want to talk about something. You either want to reach out to this person and you're thinking, should I, shouldn't I? Or you're wondering, are they going to reach out to me? We have the Nine of Cups reversed. So there was a disappointment in the past. So it seems very much that right now your mind is on someone you already know here. Nine of Pentacles. Yes, you see, and we have the Magician. So you're doing your best to channel this frustrated energy into a productive pursuit, or, you know, just to use it to your advantage here. With this Nine of Pentacles, yeah, I feel that everyone might look at you and think Scorpio's great, doing well. Maybe people don't even think that you're focused on love and romance right now, but there's something that's bothering you because it's unknown. I feel like there's a lack of closure here. Okay, let's see. You might also be wondering, the person you're thinking about, if they're single or not. I'm not sure how many of you that resonates for, but someone's wondering, the person on my mind from the past, are they single? Are they in a good place? That might affect if you're thinking of reaching out to them or not, or if they reach out to you, how you respond. Okay, let's see. So the Hanged Man and the Page of Cups. Ooh, the Emperor. Okay, Aries energy there. Yeah, look, you see how the sun is hidden behind the moon? This is a situation, it's like you have a sense of what's going on, but it hasn't been confirmed. There isn't like 100% transparency here, and it's bothering you. It's almost like you want to stand here and wait for the you know, for the moon to pass so you can see the sun clearly. You want clarity, you want to know what's going on. If you feel you've been pushed into a corner, backed into a corner where you're in this Hanged Man position, I think you might be resenting it. Because all it would take, it seems, is a message to clarify things for you. This could be someone who, stubborn. Once they've made a decision, it feels like it's been made. You might be getting nothing from them in the 3D. They're not giving you any clues, any signs of how they feel. You could find them to be actually a bit, at least how they come across, or how they're being right now, it's unfeeling, unyielding. They're just giving nothing away. Very stern. They might be very successful in terms of like work, career, reputation, something like that. But I mean, the Emperor, I mean, I guess with the Emperor with their Empress, you know, is like a loving figure, but generally speaking, an Emperor is someone that we respect, admire, someone we go to when we want really sound advice, but we wouldn't say the Emperor is like cuddly and that sort of thing. And what you want from them, what you're looking for, is that energy. Page of Cups, you're looking for openness, vulnerability, expression. You want to see this person's heart, but it's like you've got to go through this really, really tough exterior. And you might feel like all you can do is wait with a Hanged Man. Okay, what else please for Scorpio? Eight of Pentacles. So this is someone, if you've had a disappointment in the past in this situation, it didn't go how you wanted, this is someone potentially who, even if they're not giving much away at this point, they are actually open to working on this. They might actually be wanting to put in the time and the effort here and the energy, but no one's going to know this unless they speak, or you speak to each other here. Can also be someone that you want to put the time and effort into, and it's frustrating because, well, you don't know how they feel potentially. If you're not talking, you can't, be working together. Page of Swords with the Nine of Pentacles, please. Yes, Eight of Wands, 3 cards of communication, the Fool in reverse. That's exactly it. We just need a bit of communication here, and I see a new start happening. We have Aries again, Aquarius energy here. I feel like both of you actually would like a new beginning, and it would be a new start that would be grounded, practical. It's not just emotions, thoughts, passion. It's actually something that manifests in the 3D. I think you have, let's say, difficult feelings around the past in this connection and this person, but I don't think that means I'm not seeing that you're looking at this person as toxic or thinking, oh, I never want to hear from them again. I think, yes, you want to hear from them, you want it to be different this time, but I think you are open to this, and I actually feel this person is as well, but there isn't communication. It's like no one's moving, no one's making a move. You're fully aware here. What was that noise? You're fully aware here that we can't have this new beginning until there is communication, and that will lead to movement. I wonder if this person's thinking about you. I think I should have a look at that in a minute. Okay, we have the Hierophant reverse, 10 of Swords, 7 of Swords. So there could be a commitment on one side or both sides. That's something, or if there's both, those would need to end. You might be feeling like this connection is being hidden, 7 of Swords, because of those commitments, or commitment, whether it's, we're talking relationships, marriages, maybe you're from very different backgrounds and your religions say you should marry someone of the same religion, whatever it is here, the decision needs to be made to end something or things on both sides for this to come together, and that's something that you are thinking about. Right, now let's see if this person's thinking about you, because it looks to me like they are, but let's just see. Look at that, 3 of Swords reversed, you see? Yeah, and then we have Temperance. So I do feel, like I said, there are difficult feelings here, but you're not closed off to healing and moving forward if things are going to be different. We have the Lovers, Gemini. So the reason you might be open still to this person is because of the strength of the connection. You could look at them as a twin flame, a soulmate. You might be very, very different from one another as well in some ways, but incredibly similar in other ways. I'm hearing surprising ways. Right, okay, is this person on Scorpio's mind thinking about Scorpio as well, please? And if so, in what sort of way? I'm hearing that song, I think it's 50 Cent, Candy Shop. Is that what it's called? I'll take you to the candy shop. Something about licking the lollipop. Well, that's how... I think that's how they're thinking about you, but okay. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands. Now, interestingly, the 9 of Wands can be someone who's suspicious because they're exhausted, they're wounded, but this card says resilience. And we know, yeah, the 9 of Wands can be, I'm tired, but I want to keep pushing. I think you both, when you think of each other, you think about how difficult the past has been at times, the disappointments you've both faced, but you both want to keep going. You're not ready to give up yet. Oh look, Ace of Wands, there we go, there's that lollipop. Okay, so they're not ready. The Ace of Wands is reversed. If it was upright, I would say together we have the 10 of Wands, which might be closing a cycle or completion or just walking away, but they're not ready to give up. We have the 3 of Wands reversed, and we have the 4 of Pentacles. You see, this person's holding on to you, but they might be losing faith with the 3 of Wands reversed. It's like this person has a goal, a dream, a wish. Let's see what that is. But with this card being reversed, they might be thinking, as time passes, the more time that passes, the more I sort of disbelieve that this will happen. So they want to reconnect and move forward, but they might be starting to doubt whether that will ever happen. So they're not looking very proactive, I have to say, right now. 3 of Wands, what does this person imagine and wish for with Scorpio? Ten of Wands, completion. Leading to what? Judgment reversed. Eight of Wands, so you both have the Eight of Wands, and we have the Star reversed. So this person wants closure as well, and then they're saying Judgment reversed. Then I don't know. Then it's up to us. Then we both decide, do we move forward or not? I think with the Star being reversed, Aquarius again, this is someone who is saying, I feel drawn to you as well, but I don't know how we move forward from here. It's not, the path forward is not clear to me. I'm open to hearing what you think. I'm open to having a discussion, but I don't have a plan. What I do know though is I want closure in terms of what's happened in the past. So both of you want closure. You both are open to moving forward as long as it's in a new way that's more grounded. But maybe neither of you really know exactly what that looks like. I have to say, I don't think this person's being very proactive right now. So if you're waiting for this message, you might be waiting a while. I'm just going to say it. And if you're thinking of sending the message, I do think you'll get a response with this Eight of Wands. And this might speed things up if you want to send it. But if you don't, you may hear from them. We do have the Eight of Wands, but I have to say it's not going to be like tomorrow. It might take some time. Okay, so let's get some descriptors, I suppose, physical descriptors of this person. So this could, whatever comes out, it could talk about you, it could talk about them, just some confirmation for you. As this isn't, I do not feel in any way, shape or form this is someone new. So we're not really looking for signs of for people to look out for here. Okay, we have on the larger side. I mean, that all depends on like how you define that. So, okay. We have strong, muscular. So maybe someone's on the larger side because they're carrying some extra muscle there. We have smart attire, so this is someone who might dress in a smart way. You might know them in like a professional setting. We have shorter than you. I think we'll have this one here. Short hair. We have freckles, we have grey hair. And we have a pale complexion and one more. Oh, olive complexion. Wow. So, you could be one, they could be the other. Could be talking about, this could be confirmation for different people watching, but pale or olive complexion there. Okay. So let's have a look at signs, clarification, confirmation in terms of signs here. Now, if these aren't really resonating, I wouldn't worry about it. It's really the messages that came through. That's kind of where I would give the most weight in terms of this reading. We have Gemini. Okay, we did have that in the reading. We have Taurus. And we have Scorpio. Okay, there we go. So let's have a look at what's been important in this connection, or what might be important moving forward. What might be a focus here? We have nurture. Yeah, I do feel there's a need for healing here. And I also feel if you can get past this blockage in communication and this stubbornness, whether it's on one or both sides, I feel that there is something within you that's very nurturing and comforting. I think there are some real similarities here between you, and it's almost like you get each other without having to speak about these things, and maybe parts of yourselves that you felt you had to hide away from other people are just accepted naturally by one another. And in terms of the differences, it could be that whatever you feel you're lacking, this person has, and vice versa, and you can sort of help to foster those qualities in each other. Okay, and let's get one more. We have progressions, and it says journey. Yeah, I don't think your journey with this person is over. Whether you reconnect just to get closure from what happened in the past, or whether you have closure and then you move forward into a new journey here, I don't think it's done. I don't think it's over. So I feel for some of